Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Superstars Live on the NSW network. My name is Dave Easton. I'll be taking you through tonight's show. We're going to kick things off from Raw. Braden Havens versus Dustin Healy next. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, he is a member of the Hit Squad, Braden Havens. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the return of NSW Superstars. So glad you could join us here on the NSW network. We are glad to have our first exclusive show for you guys here, and well, this is the time to tell everyone about us, tell everyone about the NSW network, tell them about where you can catch great shows just like this. And well, Braden Havens from the Hit Squad without Harry Smith this week, kicking things off in what should be a very physical match, of course, against Dustin Healy. Braden Havens making his way for the action here tonight on NSW Superstars. And his opponent making his way to the ring, he is Dustin Healy. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the Gothic One. Many people call him the Gothic One. Many call him, say, possibly the future of NSW. Dustin Healy, former hardcore champion, of course, former NSW champion. Let's not forget about that. Really a risk taker if there is one in the business, and that is Dustin Healy. So popular with the fans on the Raw side of things. You can see here, crowd on their feet, ready to go. What a way to open Superstars, returning here in NSW. Let's get ready for some hard hitting action as Braden Havens takes on Dustin Healy. It is coming up. It's your first match on Superstars tonight. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. We are off and underway for the first match of Superstars. Let's get things going. Of course, both these competitors, different paths in NSW really if you look at it. Braden Havens, of course, more of a tag team wrestler. Dustin Healy coming off a reign as the hardcore champion. But don't let that really phase you, because Braden Havens has said that he wants to go into singles competitions. Also, he's also said hardcore may be the route to go. We've seen him in a #1 contendership match a few weeks ago on Raw. So this will be a very big test for him here in this one, if indeed he can get past Dustin Healy. And a lovely dropkick early on here from Braden Havens. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to say thank you to our continuing sponsor of NSW, which is Florida Water. It's fruity Florida Water. Get it in some good stores and also the bad ones. Hayden's looking here to try and get an early advantage. That might do it with a swinging neck breaker, taking down Dustin Healy. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, as again, we thank you very much for subscribing to the NSW network. If you haven't already done so, remember the month of May is absolutely free for you guys. Make sure you're telling everyone about us here on NSW. It's thanks to you guys that we're getting bigger and better each and every week, and we can't thank you enough for that. And of course, we want you to join us on Non-Stop Sport as well. Join us for our live shows. Raw on a Monday, main event of course on a Wednesday, SmackDown on a Thursday, and of course NXT, who can't forget NXT, on a Saturday night. If you can't catch the shows live, of course the network is always there. We're not like other companies. We'll give you it within a day of going live. We'll show you it on the network. Havens here, working over Healy. Nice arm bottle. And look at this, now going to work the arm. Oh, nice. Bit lucky he didn't really hurt himself, hitting his head off the rope there. And look at this. Oh, nice swinging neck breaker again. But I think Havens may have caught himself there. Might have done some damage. But dragging away, looks like they're shaking the cobwebs into the cover. Hook of the leg. Just getting a 1 count on that. It does need to do a bit more. Oh, backstabber! Well, that might be it. Into the cover. Hook of the far leg. got him! Braden Havens picks up the win tonight on Superstars. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, Braden Havens. Wow, what a win, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to say, the future is bright for this member of the hit squad. Braden Havens picking up a huge win here tonight over Dustin Haley. Big win, and I'm sure that we're going to see a lot more of Braden Havens in singles competition as well as the tag team competition in the weeks and months to come. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, NSW does come your way 4 times a week on Non-Stop Sport. Raw on a Monday, main event on a Wednesday, SmackDown on a Thursday, and NXT on a Saturday night. It's Non-Stop Wrestling UK on as the network, NSW_360 is Twitter, NSW365 for Facebook. Remember, 11 o'clock in the UK, 6 in the East, 3 in the West is when our shows start. And again, thank you very much for being here on the network. We're going to show you a Raw Rebound.
And now, the Raw Rebound.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened earlier on tonight. Maz, Evan Walker asking Mr. Perfect to give him a shot at King of the Ring. And then, of course, we know what happened.
It was more like he was demanding.
Well, there you go. And this is what happened. Zadlan coming through the ring.
This was a kind of a shocking event. Zadlan pulling up out of the ring there and going right after Evan Walker here, and as you can see, sends him right down and through the mat.
Yeah, through the mat. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. It's up next. Brody Lee versus Evan Walker. And, well, what kind of condition is he going to be in? It's coming up next. Brody Lee, Evan Walker, Money in the Bank qualifier. What? Hello? Oh, Maz, not again. What the hell? Maz, what is going on?
I thought Evan Walker was supposed to be coming out here with what?
What the?
Just when you thought things were dark last week, and this is now starting to happen.
Right. And who's this? Right, apparently it's Evan Walker. I'm sorry, guys. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm as lost for words as you. I think at this moment with this transformation in Evan Walker here, it looks.
What has Zadlan and Tim Rage done to Evan Walker? And Maz, what the hell does Brody Lee make of this?
This is definitely going to be probably one of the strangest tests that Brody Lee has faced here in NSW since he's been here. So I don't know what he's thinking. I'm at lost for words. I'm sure he is too. So let's see what
the bell, the tones. Zadlan is just laughing in the corner.
You saw his eyes when he got to the ring. There was like no one home. It's like he's completely been brainwashed.
This, ladies and gentlemen, if Zadlan and Tim Rage have not completely destroyed people before this, they've done this to Evan Walker?
Is that Evan Walker, or are we seeing somebody else that Zadlan's brought in?
Okay.
But
look at this, Brody Lee with a kick! Forget about it! Maybe Zadlan's plan isn't going to work after all! Maybe Brody Lee's going to put a spanner in the works! Into the cover! And wow, we kicked out at 1.
And it seems like got Zadlan irate.
You have got to be joking! He's not going to get up from a second one. Ladies and gentlemen, can we call him Evan Walker?
I have no idea what we're going to be calling him, but right now we know him as Evan Walker, but what a big win for him now. He's in the Money in the Bank qualifier in the match.
He is indeed in the winner of this match, I guess, Evan Walker.
Wow, that's definitely a big change for Evan Walker now, and hopefully this will be what he needs.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's not over yet. Well, no, come on, not the referee. No, come off it. Oh, my goodness.
Money.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember, Money in the Bank is just, well, 7 nights away as we're recording. Of course, it comes your way May 24th, Sunday night. And of course, Money in the Bank, one of my favourite pay-per-views of the year. Of course, who will walk out, of course, with the Money in the Bank? 2, one from Raw, one from SmackDown. Also, big title matches. Look out for Superstars next week. We'll run down the card. Coming up next from SmackDown, The Miz is going to take on Connor Rhodes from the Real Americans, and Zeb Colter will be with him at ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, he is The Miz. And The Miz making his way down the ringside for our next match here on Superstars. Former World Heavyweight Champion, of course, The Miz, looking to really kickstart Season 3. Not really been the best for him here. Well, if he can pick up a win over Connor Rhodes, what will that do for his confidence? Of course, a big superstar to have here on Superstars this week. Miz is ready and raring to go for our next contest. And his opponent, making his way to the ring, being led by Zeb Colter. He is a member of the Real Americans, Connor Rhodes. Yeah, since Connor Rhodes has become a part of the Real Americans, you have to think him and Bo Dallas are working their way up well on the tag team division. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, this coming Wednesday on Main Event, it is going to be Zeb Colter and Jack Swagger taking on the team of The Beast and Jimmy Havoc of the Core. Remember, that was all down to what happened this last Wednesday night. You don't want to miss it. This Wednesday night Main Event, yep, Zeb Colter is going to be in action. Yeah, but let's not forget about Connor Rhodes here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for our next contest here tonight on Superstars. As The Miz has really got to make sure he doesn't get distracted by Zeb Colter on the outside. Remember, Zeb Colter and Jimmy Havoc were at it so much in Main Event. I cannot wait, basically. I don't know if it's the right thing for Zeb to get in the ring, but, well, the fans definitely seem to want it in the NSW on Main Event. So, well, looks like Mr. Perfect, Paul Heyman, has given them his wish. Now the knee shot, and then look at this, The Miz coming back with a flying clothesline. Nice shot by Miz. Now just a rake of the eyes, trying to get the advantage back here over Connor Rhodes. Nice drop down by The Miz. But again, back and forth action, and you see some Colter just on the outside, just keeping a little watch over proceedings early here. And of course, Connor Rhodes with a massive clothesline, taking down The Miz. And you can see here that this could be a lot of trouble for the awesome one here. Connor Rhodes, really no stranger himself to singles titles. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup here. Miz cannot take anyone lightly, as you can see that with the reversal as anyone, even The Miz, can do a Russian leg sweep. And again, The Miz though, working over Connor Rhodes, trying to see if he can pick up the victory. Nice shot into the corner, and you have the back just hitting the turnbuckle. And you can see Zeb Colter a little bit worried about how things are going here right now. And look at this, into the cover of the small package. Has he got him? No! 2.5, so close for Connor Rhodes. But look at this, The Miz See, he could get caught just like that. That's how quick matches can end here. The Miz dropping down Connor Rhodes with the neck breaker. And look at this, just shots from the Miz, not relenting here. And maybe that's what he's got to do to someone the size of Connor Rhodes. Nice backdrop by Connor Rhodes. Miz, look at that, just taken out of the game. Connor Rhodes coming straight back and then stamps on the chest. And now, just when you thought Connor Rhodes was out of it, big belly to belly suplex into the cover, hook of the leg. Is that enough? No, 2.5. Miz stays alive in this one, but the German release suplex. And wow, the Miz is in a lot of trouble. Nice chop block by Connor Rhodes. He's looking to end that. That could be the end for the Miz. Into the cover, hook of the leg. Is that enough to put away the Miz? Yes, it is. The Miz is defeated, and Connor Rhodes picks up the win here on Superstars. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, Connor Rhodes. Big win for Connor Rhodes on the first edition of Superstars, ladies and gentlemen. And the Miz back to the drawing board for him. As well, because he's Coulter's happy with that one. Will he be happy come Wednesday night on Main Event? You're going to have to check us out on Non-Stop Sport for that one, or the day later on the network. Your winner in our Main Event of Superstars is Connor Rhodes. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, NSW Superstars Episode 1 has come to an end. Thanks very much for checking us out. If you haven't already done so, please do like and subscribe to the network here on YouTube. And remember, follow us on Twitter and all our social media. Links will be in the description. Thanks very much for watching. From Dave Easton, we hope to see you for Raw on Non-Stop Sport on Monday night.